Yo, yo, yo.
How y'all doing out there?
Uh, I'm Albert. It's my cousin Precious. Welcome to our very first episode of Real Talk.
Real talk, there it is.
Right? I'm excited. You excited?
I'm ready.
We've been hyping this shit up
You know
for
what I'm
weeks,
saying?
and I'm like getting a little camera shy, but it is what it is.
It's all good. It's the first episode. But you know, this is real talk. You feel me? Basically, our whole thing is we had these conversations all the time. So how we feel is we want to just bring it to the camera, to the people. We want to know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the everyday conversation. Goes on in the barbershop, goes on at home. We talking to your girlfriends, we talking to your boyfriends, whoever. Everyday conversation, we just want to bring it to y'all and let y'all know what it is and just talk some real shit.
Real Talk. My whole thing is like, when I was coming up with the concept for the show, it's like, what are the two most favorite things that I like to do? Talk. And I fucking talk everybody's ear off. People come at me, like, to me for advice.
Right.
And, when it's a lot of shows out there, like, The View, and, I mean, they got a fucking show where these women sit around the table with that shit called The Talk or some bullshit,
Yeah.
right? And I don't feel like they talk about issues that's relevant, or like nobody really give a fuck about it. Like, it don't speak to me. It's like, y'all talking about relationships, y'all talking about shit, but I feel like y'all coming at it in a way that people would expect. And what we trying to do here is talk to y'all like how we talk to ourselves,
Right,
like amongst ourselves and shit.
Let me help out a little bit.
Like,
You feel me? I mean, what he's basically trying to say is, like, when we watch shows that's on TV, at the end of the day, is limits. So they gotta sometimes talk political. They ain't talking they ain't talking how the streets is talking and everything that's going on in the real world. So we gonna touch on every single thing that y'all wanna know. Everything. Nothing is off limits on this conversation. You know what I'm saying? When you watching television, it's certain things that's off limits, certain things they don't talk about and they don't really get into. We getting into everything. You feel me? We talking about everything up under the sun, anything. You feel me? So it's just basically like, we want y'all to tune in every week. You know what I'm saying? Half
once
an hour.
Once a fucking week after I get
once
off
a
that.
Week, half an hour. You ain't doing nothing. You sitting in the crib, you just chilling. Why not? Why not check us out, see what we talking about this week? You never know. You might want to join the conversation. You feel what I'm saying? You never know. We might have somebody else join the conversation. So the whole thing, we just want to come to y'all, let y'all know we talk, and it's real. It's real. The whole conversation is real. That's why it's called Real Talk. Everything we talking about, we speaking about is real.
The only rule is to keep it 100, and I've been saying this for the longest. I got this actually from my cousin, keeping it 100, and it's like, I feel like
that's the only way to do it. You feel me?
Basically.
That's the only way to do it. It's like, you can't have a conversation with people if you're not being honest. I don't feel like there's no point in even talking. Don't talk to me if you can't be honest about what you're saying. Everybody talk to I'm real. No, we gonna get real. It's gonna get real right here. So
I'm not feeling. I gotta put my glasses on. You got on glasses and shit. How I look? You think this sexy?
You chilling?
I'm chilling.
You chilling?
Cool beans. I'm loving the hat. I'm fucking loving it.
And listen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really no Miami Heat fan. I'm Philly. You know what I'm saying? Sixers all day. But, shout out to the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? They made it to the finals this year. You know what I mean? So, but the hat do look good. So, I had to fuck with the Heat one time. But, alright.
So, I mean, we might as well dive into the fucking tea right now.
I mean...
the first thing that I wanted to bring up is relationships. I feel like you can't even... We can't... When we were thinking of like discussions and topics, it was like when we was planning everything, our relationships was always at the forefront. So everybody want to be in them. Nobody know how to fucking maintain them. Motherfuckers don't even know if they in a fucking relationship or not in a relationship. So I feel like we need to like hit up some shit on relationships.
I feel like the biggest question of 2013 is like, everybody say, oh, it's 2013, ain't nobody faithful no more, ain't nobody in relationships no more. So we want to know what y'all think about that. Y'all think it's a possibility that people can be faithful in 2013? Or do y'all think it's just like, you do you do what you want to do with, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I just feel like it depends on the person. You know what I mean? I think it depends on the person. I think nowadays it's more rare because everybody is becoming just YOLO. You know what I'm saying? Everything YOLO, everything just party, turn up, and that's cool too. But at the end of the day, when you lay in that bed at night, how you really feeling?
I'm lonely
You
as
laying
shit.
in that
I wish I had a
motherfucking bed
blue
by
to cuddle
yourself.
with.
Yeah, I want and I just want loyalty and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? Just be real with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So, alright, so I'll present this to you. How would you define a relationship? Like, what constitutes being in a relationship for you?
I mean, a big relationship for me, I feel like a relationship got everything to do with honesty, trust, you know what I'm saying, communication. That's key to a motherfucking relationship. You know what I'm saying, communication, just spending time with the person. Them the main things. I feel like, then I just feel like it's, like me and you was talking earlier, it's the little things that count. It's the little things in a relationship that really add up, that really make a difference, and that really can make or break your relationship. You feel me? It's the little shit that people don't pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like the little phone calls, the little text messages, the little goodnight texts, you know what I'm saying? Just the I love yous throughout the day, and you know what I'm saying? The phone calls in the middle of the night, and I bought you flowers because it's Wednesday. Don't nobody do that anymore, but I do that type of shit for my, you know what I'm saying? For my females.
Yeah, like the whole
idea,
of being romantic. I don't feel like our generation understands that. Like, we live in like a right now. We gotta have it right now. We gotta. People don't know how to take their time with doing anything, and I feel like with a relationship is something that's you have to put time into and invest in. And personally, I feel like better relationships spawn from friendships. But we live in this, oh my God, he cute as shit, or oh my God, her ass fat as shit, let me holler at it. And then they get into this whole type of thing. Like, that's the only way I can fucking define it. Like, I wish the fuck I would start a relationship because somebody told me, I had a fat ass.
But see, listen, alright, that's true. You definitely can never base your relationship off of she has a fat ass. But a fat ass is always nice. Now, don't get me wrong. But it's like the things that people say, oh, it's not like everybody do base things off of looks and the physical. But it's like, to me, it's like you can be physically beautiful everywhere, but it's like if you don't have that shit inside of you, it's going to turn me on more than your looks could ever turn me on. So it's like, for me, it's just like, yeah, fat ass is nice, a pretty face is nice, but it's like at the end of the day, what else you bringing to the table? Just your fat ass?
That's
you feel me?
Much.
I mean, what's going on? I mean, what's your mind like? You feel me?
And then I feel like people feel like they need to be in relationships. So, alright, now, a reason why I bring that up, I'll be keeping it 100. I feel like I'm sort of that kind of person, right? But I'm trying to like battle that part of myself where I feel like I need to be in a relationship and gear towards more wanting to be in a relationship. And I feel like a lot of relationships fuck up because a lot of people can't distinguish within themselves, wanting and needing a relationship. And I actually want your opinion on it. Like, how do you feel about people that feel as though they need to be in relationships, or do you feel as though that's the cause of why a lot of relationships don't have a good foundation?
I mean, I feel like people that feel as though they need to be in a relationship, in the long run, they just will never be happy. I feel like they'll never be able to fully make somebody happy because they can't really make themselves happy because they can't even be by themselves for a certain period of time. It's like sometimes you really just need to be by yourself to get your shit together, to get your thoughts together, to know what you need and what you want, and understand why the fuck you can't stay out of a relationship. And sometimes that's the best thing to do.
Well, I feel like, when it came to me or whatever, I got into the relationship game like late. Like, I didn't really start dating until I was maybe like 17. And it was such a new and different experience. At heart, I am a hopeless romantic, and that sort of feeds into a hopeless romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic, and that sort of fed into a lot of my insecurities. And because I had started so late, I feel like I had so much to make up for. And it's like, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18. So I'm like, now I feel like I gotta do all this shit now because everybody did it when they was 13, 14.
But my thing about that is, from you saying, oh, people started doing things when they was young, it's like, a lot of this shit is so overrated. It's so overrated to me. Like, just sex, relationships, love is all overrated because at the end of the day, once you get older, I feel like sometimes when you young and people tell you should wait till you get older, sometimes it is best to listen to them, because at the end of the day, when we young, we not ready, we mentally not prepared for a lot of shit that come with being in love and being in a relationship and being in a commitment.
But it's just one of those things where you have to allow yourself to fall and fuck up a few times, because people can say it, but you won't know until you in it. We have to make these mistakes when we're young, but I feel like people get it twisted at, which brings me back to this aspect of like why people need to be in relationships, want to be in relationships, can't maintain relationships, whatever the case is because I feel like people don't get out of the mentality of people can't get into the mentality of knowing what they want in a relationship. They just go into a relationship because it's cool or it's fine for that moment, and it gives you that momentary satisfaction. But then it's like, oh well, I ain't know this motherfucker. But like when you start realizing certain things about people, like aspects of their personality, like oh she had that fat ass, but now this bitch she's insecure and crazy, and she like to bleach my clothes when she think that somebody was fucking calling my phone that wasn't supposed to. All this stuff comes to light. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like people.
Some females will disagree with you. They listen. Majority of females are crazy. No offense, ladies. Y'all a little crazy sometimes. You feel me? So y'all do things like that. Y'all like to bleach clothes and scratch cars and do all type of things. But if you ask them, they gonna say it's because I'm in love. So what you gonna say?
I don't even want to. Oh my God, love! You bringing in love into the picture. I was gonna segue into this idea of like trying to define love, but then we'd be here all fucking day because love is relative. It's gonna be different for everybody. But what I'll say is though, I don't know how, I feel as though people don't know how to channel their love effectively, and it comes out in often violent or insecure ways. So it's like, because they have all these emotions for this particular person or whatever, right? Whether it's love or whatever, you're going to put more emphasis on certain things. Certain things are going to bother you, like probably just to give like an example off the top of the head, it's like say if you was friends with somebody first, like so I'm a guy and I was friends with this girl and she had a whole lot of male friends, whatever. At the time didn't bother me, but once I get emotionally invested in shit, it's gonna be on the note like, who is these niggas?
I mean,
like, why are you?
But you know what?
Because love changes things. Because when people are in love, I feel like you all of a sudden have certain expectations. Like a certain boundary has crossed when you fall in love with somebody. You get what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. You have.
So if I'm in love with you, I'm not saying this is my mentality, but it's like I'm a guy. I come into a relationship. I'm giving an example. I have to give an example. I'm speaking like.
You have to give an example, but
listen. When we give examples, this isn't necessarily
our own personal thoughts. We all know
personal thoughts, but that don't mean I necessarily agree with it. I'm going off of like things I've seen or experienced, right?
He agrees with it.
So I'm saying like, if I was your friend before I got in a relationship with you, and it was okay to be around the niggas around that time, right? Mm-hmm. It might not be okay as much or to that type of degree. Once I fall in love with you, because when we friends, that's different. You owe me. You don't have to carry or act a certain kind of way. But I feel like when you get in a relationship, but let me finish. But I feel like when you get in a relationship, it's a certain etiquette about it, and I don't feel like people that are in heterosexual relationships, to be specific. Just for the purposes of this example, right? It's like, if I'm in a relationship with a girl, I'm not saying that it's necessarily bad for you to have male friends, but there has to be a certain etiquette now. No, you cannot go to the movies with Tommy, and like, what kind of shit is that? That was okay when we were friends, but that's not okay, because that's, to me, it's crossing some line. It's not that I don't trust you specifically. I don't fucking trust Tommy. I don't trust Tommy. So I feel like certain things are going to change when you get into a mindset, but it's effectively channeling how you're going to feel about certain things and not getting hype about it. Okay, you want to go to the movies with Tommy though, right? You can present this question without getting hype, whatever. without being accusatory, or you want to go to the movies with Tommy. Why do you want to go to the movies with Tommy? Why the fuck do Tommy want to go to the movies with you by himself? Was y'all, and then you have to think about other things too, right? Was you going to the movies with Tommy before when we was just friends? Why is he, if this the first time, why the fuck is Tommy wanting to go to the movies with you? Like, maybe I'm overanalyzing, but these are the type of things that I think about because, you know, I don't want to sit here and say that guys and girls can't be friends, but
That's kind of what you're saying, but
I don't, not necessarily, but I feel like you now have to conduct yourself and have a certain etiquette when you're in a relationship.
But listen, I get what you're saying 100%, but what I'm saying is that I agree with you. Certain things will change and you will look at certain things differently once you're in a relationship. But depending on the person you with, if you trust the person you with, it's like you can't, like I said, if somebody want to cheat, they going to cheat. So at the end of the day, if you questioning your girl about everybody she hanging out with and things like that, it's like, what's that's gonna get y'all? Arguments, fighting, a whole lot of things that sometimes it's like you shouldn't tell her, yo, you can't go to the movies with Tommy. But you could just say, I wanna go with y'all.
That's true. Because it's
now,
if it's on a friendship note, you brought up a good point, because if it's on a friendship note, then why can't nobody else be included in it? I like that you said that though.
But see,
I like that you said that though.
But the thing about it is sometimes it's not that you say things, it's how you say it. So it's not that you tell her, you can't go to the movies with Tommy. I don't want you to go with Tommy. Why you want to go to the movies with Tommy?
I'm not saying lash out about it though.
What you saying is you could just be like, oh, alright, we tell y'all go to the movies. Alright, cool, I'll go. Now she be like, no, you can't go to the movies with us.
Yeah,
then it's something different. It's like, oh, alright, cool, you can go with us. Alright, we meet up, Friday, 8 o'clock, whatever.
That makes
but
sense.
my thing is just sometimes it's how you present things, because at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like if you with a certain person and you can't trust that person, then you shouldn't be with that person. I'm not the type of person, I'm not going to babysit my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. I'm not babysitting nobody.
So
at the end of the day, if whoever I'm with have friends, I'm gonna allow you to have friends. Now it's what you do with that trust that I'm giving you. I'm giving you the leeway. You feel me? You got my trust. I'm giving you the leeway. But it's what you do with it, which makes me see whether it will continue to be that way or not. Because like I said, if you say, oh, I want to go to movies with y'all, but it's like a big deal, it's like, no, you ain't going with us. Why the same you want to go with us? Then it's like, you know what I mean? Then that'll make you question it, like, okay, now why do you want to go to movies with Tommy?
But would you question it if she didn't invite you to begin with? Because it's gonna come.
I wouldn't. Because you gotta think about it. You got friends. It could be some spirit in the moment type shit. Like y'all just chilling at the crib. Y'all bored. Y'all see a preview on the movie. Oh, what's up? Let's go to the movies. So then when you talk to your girl later on, it's like, hey, you don't tell me you was going to the movies. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be like,
my whole thing is like I would have to at least meet the person. I would have to get some type of vibe about it, because I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. It's like, and then it's just like, I don't want friends to be coming out of the woodworks. It is easier to do this if you were friends with somebody prior to a relationship. It's easier, not all the time, but I'll give an example, right? And you give me your opinion on it. So if I was like, your girl came up to you and she was like, oh yeah, well, all right, we'll talk about it from like a heterosexual perspective, right? So your girl come up to you and she like, yeah, my friend from high school, Tommy. Mind you know her for 9 months prior or a year prior. Tommy was never fucking mentioned. Tommy like, oh yeah, he a friend from high school. He invited me to this party, or he wanna go out to dinner with me or whatever. Why is Tommy hitting you up? You haven't, y'all probably juniors in college, right? Why is Tommy hitting you up now to go to the fucking movies or go to this party or whatever, right? I mean, this would be the stuff that would probably be going through my head, but I wouldn't overreact. But my whole thing is like, how would you take that? Like, at this point, it's not a point of mistrusting her, but these are the type of things that's going to come to your mind. Like, why now though? You get what I'm saying? Why is he, and why are you so quick to go? And like, why is it like, I would question stuff like that. Like, why is it so?
Because it's like a lot of people feel as though, male or female cannot be in a relationship. But I just feel like it depends. Like, I feel like if you feel like your girl, it just shouldn't be. It's like a lot of males and females cannot be friends. But if you know
You
your
can.
girl and your girl respects herself, if she feel as though this guy is coming on to her anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's not acceptable. Then she should be the one that step in and be like, you know what, babe, I ain't even going out with him because he was acting real different, or he was flirting and he was trying. Then she should step in and have to say that. Sometimes you shouldn't even have to do that because she should know to cut that off from the rip. So my thing is, if she tell me your girl shouldn't want you doing nothing that she don't want you doing. So like if she telling me, yo, my friend want to go out or something like that, all right.
I'm gonna be cool, and I don't want you to think that I would just automatically.
Because it sounds like what you saying is like, listen, if I don't know this person, you cannot go out with them.
No, I'm not saying about no, but it's like
you just
let
said
me meet
I
them.
need to. You just said I need to meet him.
I do need to eventually. I might not be like, damn, I need to meet him tomorrow. I need to meet him eventually. I need to get some type of vibe because you're not going to be hanging around somebody I know on this type of note. Like it's certain. It depends because this is, and I feel like a lot of guys would agree with me in any type of relationship type of status or whatever, right? It's like if he's not your fucking if he's not in your friend circle, right? They say like when you think about somebody cheating or whatever, right? It's usually when new friends pop up, like people that come out of the fucking blue, like who is this, right? That's a sign of cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right? So it's like, if Tommy wasn't in your friend circle before we got together, why is he trying to be in your friend circle now? And you don't have to act paranoid about it. This is when you sit back and let it play through. You know, you let the trust come in. But I feel like you would be an idiot as the other person on the fence. Like, if it's me on the other side, because it's like, this is my girl and this is Tommy, right? Where did Tommy come from? If I've known you for 2 years and now Tommy in this picture, I can't readily just accept that off the bat.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But I agree with you.
get
But
what I'm
at the same time, you asked her where Tommy came from.
No, I'm saying like.
So she
gonna have her version of what Tommy came from, but with Tommy,
her version is her version,
not version. Version because
well,
Tommy gonna have his version of what he want. And my girl coming into this like, oh, I'm with Tommy, and he was a good friend of mine in high school, whatever, and it was never like that, right? Tommy coming into it like, he might be coming into it like, you know, I missed her. I used to have feelings for her or whatever. I'm gonna see how this work out, you know. Like these, and you think it's a paranoid type of way of looking, but I hang out around so many niggas, right? And this is the way they talk, and they don't care.
No.
They don't care.
No, you so right.
They don't care. Like they'll be like, yeah, she got a boyfriend.
I mean, you right about that.
And I was just having a conversation with a relative of mine. I ain't going, you know, and he was like, you know, it's been plenty of times where I've been in a friend zone, and you know, I still fucked a bitch or whatever, still had a boyfriend or whatever.
But this is what
but
I'm
it's
saying.
just like, you know, and it's like not everybody is the same. But it's like if you knew, it was like every day at 9 o'clock, somebody walks up Erie and stabs somebody to fuck that up, right? But it's at 9 o'clock. But you know, it just ran somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Somebody just randomly come up and stab you while you walk in Erie. You may not never. It's not that you won't go to Erie, but you'll always be aware of like, or cautious, because you know I'm gonna get fucking stabbed if I walk up Erie, right? So if I'm hearing niggas that's saying like, yeah, I be in these girls' ear playing that friend card or whatever. She tell me about her dude problems and the yada yada yada. And you know, I use that to my advantage, and I use that to have sex with her or whatever. Don't you think you're gonna be a little bit more cautious? So when Tommy come into the picture, I already have all this other stuff in my head, like what do Tommy want? Because it's like girls, a lot of girls judge guys on the basis of like, well, what do he want? Like, why is he on me like this, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they feel like a lot of guys have ulterior motives, and not every guy does. I hate to stereotype and generalize, but come on, like we keeping it 100. People, we're keeping it 100. There are a lot of times ulterior motives when guys try to endeavor. Like, no.
It's just to me at the end of the day, it's like you said, guys got ulterior motive, females got ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it just depends on the person. Because if you with the type of girl that just got a certain level of respect for herself, it's like she not gonna let certain things happen. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if he's in the friend zone. Come on, a female gonna know when a guy he in a friend zone, but he's still interested and he's still flirting and he's trying to take her out and all that. She's gonna know these things. So my thing is, it's just all about the.
And then if she does that, if he does that,
if
as the
listen,
guy, if a girl, alright, so if your girl went out with a dude, right, and she told you,